Hi guys, Will, JIT Preparedness Info. Hey, want to wish everybody a happy Easter, and I want to tell you guys we're going to be doing a good little video here this morning, and I want to make sure that you guys come on down with me, make sure that we get you guys sat down so you can listen to some interesting information that I came up with. Follow me, and we'll see you at the other end. Storing water involves a few issues that need to be planned for in advance. First, water is what it is. By that I mean it's heavier than it takes up a certain amount of space. And nothing can be done by either of those factors. It can't be compressed into a smaller size, and it sure can't be made lighter. There sure is no way such thing as dehydrated water. 1 gallon of water weighs around 8 pounds. While most people can move a gallon of water, it adds up quickly when you store it in a bulk container. For example, an aquatainer jug holds about 7 gallons of water, and that's in a food plastic container that comes with a handle and a spigot. Full, it weighs about 35 pounds. Once you get much heavier than that, you have a real difficulty moving it. Portability is something that you have to keep in mind. During the water storage, you may want to consider setting up a 55-gallon barrel or a drum as rain catchment. That's a great idea, but recognize once they're 2/3 full, those barrels aren't going to go anywhere, or at least not very easily. It is important, though, to at least have some water set aside. Honestly, you can't have too much water. If it's stored properly, it's not going to go bad. Let's face it, water is something we're always going to need, right? Now, even though properly stored, water won't go rancid, it's still a good idea to rotate your water. Use the old water for your animals in your garden, and by doing this, it ensures how much water that you have on hand at any given time. Let's talk about properly storing tap water. If you're on a municipal water, there's probably enough chlorine and other additives that will store very well for several months. However, that's the case if instead you have a well. It isn't the worst idea to add a few drops of bleach prior to sealing the container so that fill the container almost all the way up to the top, and then add a few drops of non-scented bleach, a couple of drops per gallon. After the drops have been placed in the barrel, swirl the drops around and allow the water to splash out around the threads of the barrel, and this will help keep the bacteria or organisms from sneaking into the barrel. Now go ahead and screw the lid down on it. Let's start by buying several cases of bottled water. If you shop around, you can get some good deals, and it won't put very much of a dip in your wallet. The point of having these cases of water is to give you a bridge, so to speak, between the first few days of the crisis and the time when you'll be totally dependent on an alternative source. Bottled water can be moved very easily, can be stashed like in places like closets or even the basement while you get your plan in place. Any water you store ahead of time should be saved solely for consumption, if at all possible. This is water you'll be using to consume, and for cooking, of course, it will run out eventually. And then, guess what? You need to turn to the other sources. But until that happens, stretch these pre-positioned supplies as long as possible. And let's talk about what we can do with swimming pools. Inevitably, someone new to prepping sees a nice big swimming pool in the backyard as a great way to store water. Hey, it's already there, right? Well, here's the problem. In order for the water to stay nice and clean for our swimming, we have to add chlorine to it. I know that's what municipal water departments do to our drinking water as well. The problem lies in other chemicals they add in with the chlorine used to treat swimming pools. These chemicals, called stabilizers, serve to keep the chlorine working longer before it finally gases off. It is those chemicals that can be harmful to us if we consume pool water in any real quantities. That doesn't mean that 10,000 swimming pools is of practical use. Far from it. Use that water to wash clothes, for bathing, even for flushing toilets, that sort of stuff. Doing this frees up the potable water for drinking and cooking. Alright, so this is what I have for you guys for this session. I want to make sure that you guys got the whole picture, and I want you guys to enjoy your weekend. I want to wish each and every one of you guys a very happy Easter, and I will see you guys on Monday for the free-for-all. Till then, you guys have a great holiday.